Ace Attorney, The Adventures of Ryunosuke Naruhodo, Episode 3. Don't know where that came from. 1 second. It would seem... Yes. Okay. There's this, and then there's this. So I'll just use this. Oh, that's not it. That's not it at all. There we go. So let's go ahead and get started. The Runaway Room. Or the Adventure of the Runaway Room, I should say.
記録を読み返すと、あれは19世紀の終わり、厳しい冬のことだった。事件は霧深い深夜のロンドンの街路をひた走る乗り合い馬車の中で起こった。馬車には被害者と容疑者の両名のみ、複数の人間がその事件を目撃した。一体誰が想像しただろうか、この単純極まりない事件があのような恐ろしい結末を迎えることになろうとは。我が友シャーロック・ホームズはあの事件を振り返ってこう言った。思えばあの事件こそは序曲だったのかもしれないね。忘れがたきあの日本人留学生と演じた長い競争曲の始まりだ。
Wait, so does that mean that Watson's gonna be our assistant? Actually, kind of think of it, Hosonoga, he kind of reminds me of a Watson. I don't know why. Oh my god, look at Susato. So pretty.
これって本当に駅なのでしょうか。
駅にせよ違うにせよ、これほどの建造物は見たことがございませんね。
蒸気機関車があんなにたくさん。何なんだこの国は。
Even her outfit's amazing.
これが大英帝国のデータ。
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like the longest time, I believe that Great Britain had one of the best.
それでは
or you know, not medieval, but you know what I
口頭
mean.
本位へお願いします。
What is this? 15th century, 16th?
あんたたち最近流行りの留学生ってやつかい。
Before the technology boom is what I'm trying to say.
そうかい。それなら楽しんでいってくれよな。ようこそ世界の中心、大英帝国の帝都ロンドンへ。
Oh wow. 18th February, 9:1 a.m. The High Court of Justice, Chief Justice's office. But before we continue further, I'd like to just go ahead and let everyone know that I would be greatly appreciated if you would go ahead and sign the petition I'm putting in the hold on. YouTube is being weird. I wish I could just turn off the notifications on my phone. We're gonna go into the stream here. In the I would appreciate it, you guys go ahead and sign the petition that I'm putting in the YouTube chat once if it actually let me do it. Please. Thank you. Right, so as you guys probably know already, since I've done like 2 videos on it so far, I have this petition. I've started this petition to get Ace Attorney Athena Sykes, which I think you could actually see right now. I don't know if you can or not. But basically, I started this petition, and it's because I believe that that Ace Attorney Athena Sykes, or Athena Sykes Ace Attorney, whichever one you want to call it by, I think that the actual name would be Athena Sykes Ace Attorney, but anyway, I believe that Capcom can make some really top dollar if they went ahead and made this game a reality. You know, because as you can see here, 123 people have signed, 64 comments. Look at this. Well, I don't know if you can look at this. I'm going to assume that you can. This is under the assumption that you are able to see what I have up right now. Actually, hold on. I can just double check. Yeah, you can see it. Okay. But the game's kind of blocking it, so I don't know. But just look at this overwhelming support. We need this to happen. Give me Ace Attorney, or Athena Sykes Ace Attorney. Capcom, please make this thing. Please make this a thing. The game will be such a cash cow. Athena Sykes game 2021 featuring Simon Blackquill, featuring 2 and Knuckles. Look at this overwhelming support here. We need it. We need it. So the only way that we can make this happen is if you guys go ahead and give the petition a sign, leave a comment, show your support, subscribe to the channel so that you'll get future updates for it, all that good stuff. That's pretty much what I wanted to get out of the way before we started. I might continue bringing this up, you know, double checking to see if anything changes. So far, there's been no change since I started the stream from now. But it would be greatly appreciated if you guys go check that out. Anyway, back to the game. No, the game is not randomly there. It's just weird like that, I guess you could say. Yeah, look at this room. It looks like it belongs in the steampunk factory or something. That kind of looks like a throne. It doesn't really look like a, you know, a chief justice. Is it chief of justice or chief justice? I don't know. It doesn't look like it belongs in a courtroom, is what I'm saying. It almost feels like a stronghold. A fortress, yeah, I agree with that. In decades since Japan opened its doors to the world. As like stone buildings are becoming commonplace in our country as well, but the awe of seeing the real thing up close is completely different, isn't it? Everything here feels alien compared to the houses made of wood and paper in Japan. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I prefer the whole Japanese style of like homes and buildings. I like that better, but I mean, there's just a certain beauty about European architecture that's just truly incredible, and I love it. I'm feeling alien, but for sure there's more to it than just the differences of our country's architecture. Yeah, the fact that they have royal knights standing in there. Here at the British Empire's High Court of Justice. This is the Lord Chief Justice's office. I hope his last name is Justice, and it's not like, you know, Lord Chief Justice, Justice, or no. Like, and then there's a last name. It would just be weird. I don't know why. Maybe it's because Apollo Justice, but I don't know. Lord Chief Justice. I see. Bro, Susanoo is so cute. Oh my god. I can't help it. I can't help it. She's captivated my very soul with her essence. Actually, hold on. I could actually close out of this on here because I don't know if 2 audio is playing or not, but it'll bother me in the long run. Should have come here to put their right. The Sogi is gone now. Yeah, Broski, he didn't deserve the death that he got. Actually, I'm pretty sure that, if I remember correctly, that death was actually an accident. But like, he still didn't deserve it. It wasn't right. It wasn't right at all. That's all that we can do now is play the role of emissaries. 2 emissaries sent to report Kazuma's death and nothing more. If they pass on their message, they must promptly return home. Sounds perfect. Sounds great. Guarantee it doesn't go that way, though. In order for us to remain in this country, we have to become the substitute law exchange student, correct? Now, see, I keep looking at Susato, and I'm just thinking, like, anyone who compares her to, like, to Maya, Emma, and, I guess Pearl. Not so much Pearl. Pearl has a kind of mostly different hairstyle, but anyone who really compares her to them is like they're crazy. Like Maya and Emma, yeah, they're cute. They're cute. Pearl, she's extra adorable. But like Susato has that mature beauty that comes with being like, you know, part of a Japanese legal system. Like she looks like she could probably kick your ass. That's the bottom line here. Like she's awesome, and I love it. I love her. She's amazing. In the British Empire, attorneys are appointed by the Lord Chief Justice himself. Right now, you must be appointed as such. It is the only chance we have to stay in the Great British Empire. It'd be funny if Sherlock was here. It'd be hilarious. Oh, who is this guy? Yo, I know that we're in Britain and everything, but this man kind of looks, he looks kind of dark-skinned. Like, that does not seem weird. Like I'm not saying that like, you know, British people can't be of a darker complexion, but like he deliberately looks like he's a little light-skinned, a little caramel. Not caramel. Caramel's actually going a little bit too far. It's like an apricot brown. That's what I think it is. Journey across the broad ocean from the Empire of Japan must have been quite arduous. Actually, hold on. I forgot. I didn't plug in my phone charger. Whoops. Let me just do that now. And of course, it's all the way underneath my desk. I always do this. I get back from work, and unfortunately, I always forget to plug in my phone charger, and then I have to take up precious stream time, plugging it back in, doing all that extra stuff. He is 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 47 seconds late to their agreed time. Okay, Naruto. That is good to hear. I am the Lord Chief Justice of the British Empire. Dear God, I can't read. He's the Lord Chief Justice of the British Empire, Heart Vortex. Oh my God, that's such a badass name. Yo, if he turns out to be the killer, I'm gonna be genuinely upset. I just want you to know that. Or he's giving off this incredible. This is where you stand firm. It's an honor to meet you, Lord Chief Justice Vortex, my lord. I hail from the Empire of Japan. My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Yo, he spoke in such a firm Japanese, like, it's like a Japanese tone. Completely formal in every aspect. Mr. Naruhodo. Welcome to London, capital of England. My country cordially welcomes your arrival. I love this guy. Look at it. He's just... Are you not entertained? Look at that. He's T-posing on all of us. His energy's too strong. He's too powerful. I'm sorry. If he turns out to be the killer, I don't think I could actually convict him. I'd have to legally pick the wrong answer. Otherwise, he'd have to throw me in prison. I'm sorry. So, what is your impression of our capital, London? Huh. Well, cat's got my tongue. I've been so nervous that I can't remember even a single thing. It's truly wonderful. Of course, she catches him. She's so capable and reliable. Like, 100% one of the best assistants. Because, like, every assistant was useful in their own way. But it feels like Susato has a special level of assistance. Like, Maya pretty much just got kidnapped for the most part. That's all good. And occasionally she channeled Mia whenever Phoenix needed it. Pearl pretty much was only useful to channel Mia. Emma had her whole scientific thing, but like, whereas all of them were like useful, she's like on a whole nother tier useful. Just look at her. She's just awesome. Every second of the way, awesome. And then we have like Athena Sykes. Athena Sykes, who technically was an assistant. Like she was more of a defense attorney than an actual assistant. She was kind of like how Apollo was Phoenix's assistant in Apollo Justice. Everything has been so overwhelming, so impressive. Words can't describe my awe. Yeah, you know what? I feel like I should probably say something here. What was it? Oh, right. I want to feel the same way that Susato feels. And that's not to say that, oh, I want to, wear her clothes, dress like her, all that. No. Let's not get out of hand here. I want to one day be able to see London. Like that's kind of a dream of mine. I always wanted to go to Europe and just be in London. Even if it's for a day, I would just like to be in London. I'd probably want to be there for like a year though, like I kind of want to live there. London just seems like a place where you can just have fun, just enjoy the sights. The railways, water, gas, and communication conduits stretching across the city. They're all state-of-the-art technology. No visitor has ever failed to notice their beauty, says Naruhodo. LOL. Wow, you really see things Susato. Let you here. See, even Naruhodo acknowledges how great she is. Plus, the people of the city are so bright and happy. It's downright infectious. London's been booming as of late, as we're currently preparing for the coming World's Fair. World's Fair? Oh, you mean like the Exposition Universelle? Quite. The fruits of all the world's cultures and artistry are to be gathered and exhibited here. It's so like the Renaissance Fair. But you can expect it to eclipse the Parisian trifle. Or that Parisian trifle. Shall be the greatest World's Fair of all. World's Fair. This is grander than I could have ever imagined. Just an awe. That emotion is perfectly apt to describe all of our great nation's capital, London. He's definitely confident about this. Well, someone has to be. From the oriental land of the rising sun to the great empire on which the sun never sets. It's nothing short of fate that you join here. Let's talk to him about this exchange lawsuit thing. Lord Chief Justice Vortex. Regarding the law exchange student. As I recall, Kazuma Asogi was his name. Huh? Oh, yes, sir. Our government has already learned about that incident via telegram. He lost his life on board a steamship en route to the Great British Empire, I am told. I should have guessed that he'd already know about it. My country expresses our deepest condolences to yours. Thank you very much. But surely you didn't travel all this way just to inform me of his death. We did. We come today as emissaries from the Empire of Japan to report his death. I've heard that your country heavily values politeness. I see that to be true. However, I truly regret to say, since the attorney is dead, we have no other option than to halt the student exchange. ちょっと待ってください. What is that you need, young lady? There is something. that Ryunosuke Naruhodo here would like to say regarding this matter. Bro, she just swept me underneath the bus like it was nothing. Master Naruhodo, here it comes. The moment of truth. My lord, would it be possible to find some way to continue the exchange process? Of course, our country desires the very same. However, as long as your country's attorney is absent, nothing can be done about it. Then, what if our country could provide another attorney? What a strange thing to say. Huh? Per the plans, your country should only have sent us a single attorney. An attorney by the name of Kazuma Asogi. That is all that I've heard on the matter. About that. This is bad. I can't allow myself to make any outrageous remarks in front of the Lord Chief Justice. Naruhodo, I could mess everything up if I don't choose my words carefully. What do I do? The country has another attorney ready, and that attorney is... I will be the attorney. You will? To be honest, I'm not yet qualified for the job. Not qualified, and yet you still call yourself an attorney? But I've stood in court as an attorney before. It was just once, though. And Asogi was helping me. And I was the defendant, too. Yeah, but you're not going to mention those details, are you? Ryunosuke Naruhodo-san. I studied as much as I could for our arrival in the Great British Empire. On the SS Al Claire, I studied this country's law and its trials. The voyage here is about 50 days. That's some light studying if you can even call it that. If you want to qualify as an attorney in Britain, you would need not only a law degree, but also multiple years of practice in a court. I know it's far too short of time to learn everything, but I can't turn tail and run home now. Not like this. Asogi's journey. Oh my god, I'm so bad at reading. Asogi's journey had only just begun. I came to the British Empire to carry on his will. I know I seem like I'm getting in over my head saying this, but I'll take on any evaluation necessary if it means being recognized as an attorney. Please, I just need one chance. I beg of you. 31 seconds, I see. What? That was how long your appeal took, Master Naruhodo. Not too short, not too long. It was a perfectly moderate appeal. An attorney needs that kind of intuition. Thank you. I'll assess your worth with an evaluation. After all, I always enjoy a good show. Let's make one thing clear, Master Naruhodo. Sir. You want to carry on Asogi's will. Is that the absolute truth? Yes, that's what I promised to do. I see. I can't help but wonder, why did his expression change like that? Very well. As you wish, I will give you one chance. One evaluation which decides if you become a specially appointed attorney. Accept or refuse. Really, sir? Yeah, let's do this evaluation. Let's go. So what would this evaluation consist of? Ask you, Master Naruhodo, what is an attorney's job? Well, it would be to stand in court and plead your client's case, of course. Exactly. Therefore, why don't we have you do just that? This is perfect timing. Conveniently, there's a trial set to start today. But no one has stepped up to accept the defense, so even at a loss. It's going to start today? Wow, we don't have any information whatsoever. If you obtain a full acquittal in this trial, you pass. You couldn't find a more simple evaluation, could you? It's true, but... Could you perhaps divulge some details about this trial? So I recall it was... Ah, right. Murder case. Bro, I love the intensity music. Just listen to it. It's like the wheel of fate is turning. That's what it feels like to me. Come now, it's a simple case. There's no way you'd lose. He says it so nonchalantly. However, you should be aware that in the worst case scenario, if the defendant happens to be found guilty, he won't be able to avoid his condemnation. In our great British Empire, murder is punishable by hanging. I do expect the books you read on your voyage revealed at least this much. Who would think of such a dangerous evaluation? It's nothing more than playing games with the defendant's life. I, the Lord Chief of Justice, approved it myself. Would you still call it a game knowing that? There's no need to overthink it. All you have to do is avoid defeat. My defense will determine the fate of the defendant. And if I fail him, it's death by hanging. Master Naruhodo, you call yourself an attorney. Thus, you must show your resolve. Along with your intent to succeed, your dearest friends will. I hope you can show me the strength of your resolve. Resolve? What now? You don't have anything to say? I'm sorry to say this, but there isn't much time until the trial begins. If you're going to do it, you have to commit to it now. What will you do? Except you have no choice. If it's for Asogi... What do you mean? 15 seconds. There's an issue with how long you took to make your decision. That is yet another important qualification. Yes, this is just as I had thought. Ultimately, this is what your gallant resolve amounts to. I withdraw my offer of an evaluation. Thank you for your report. I shall arrange a boarding ticket for tomorrow. You would do well to return to the Far East. I understand. I'm grateful for the opportunity you gave me, Lord Chief Justice. I'm so sorry, Susato. There's no need to apologize. I understand your decision, of course. You do? In these circumstances, your decision of whether you will stand as an attorney or not. For you, Naruhodo, this question has nothing to do with the matter of resolve. Oh shit. Oh shit. No, I need to go back and read that. Hold on. I caught the tail end of what she just said, but it sounded really like she was just oof. Backhanding Great Britain at its finest. In these circumstances, your decision whether you'll stand as attorney or not. Yep. It's definitely true that I want to be an attorney, no matter what it costs me. But even then, that's no excuse for me to talk about resolve and act as if it justifies risking a defendant's life. That's my opinion on the matter. To the client, their trial means a lot more than some evaluation. I believe that an attorney fights for their client's sake each time they stand in court. But, from the client's point of view, their trial is a single crucial battle that will decide their fate. I don't think I'm qualified to handle that battle. Thank you for your time, Lord Chief Justice Vortex. Please excuse us. Wait, Master Naruhodo. Yes? What is it? Traveling from here to the Old Bailey typically takes about 20 minutes by coach. If you leave immediately, you should make it there in time. But just so you're aware, what I told you earlier was no joke. There truly isn't a single soul who is willing to stand as the accused defense. Should this keep up, the court will proceed in the absence of an attorney. And if that happens, there can be no doubt whatsoever that there is nothing at the end of that tunnel but the worst possible conclusion. It's absurd, and yet its verity is undeniable. How could such a situation be allowed to happen? I suggest that you do not assume that all of your inquirers will be provided with a reply. Dang, he's saying that I can't answer all your questions. In any case, the only individual with the potential to change the defendant's fate at this point is none other than you. I can say that with utmost certainty. That's... Now then, may I ask you a question, young miss? Wow, he turned his attention to Susato. Under these new circumstances, should one decide to stand as an attorney or else decline? Personally speaking, I believe that choice would indeed be a matter of the individual's resolve. We will have to end our talk here. It's about time for my conference. I must depart in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. And with that, please enjoy yourselves in London to your heart's content. You know, in case you fail the trial and then got to be shipped back home, but you know, we're not going to talk about that. He left. Oh, Bailey, huh? We are to go. We ought to depart at once. To the Old Bailey. The Old Bailey, yeah. Bro, even their lobby is better than ours. Or not ours, but you know. The ones in Japan. There's still 15 minutes left until the trial. We managed to make it in time. I had no idea coaches could move so fast. I thought I was going to bite my tongue off. That reminds me of a line from the stories of Sherlock Holmes. Good coachman, an extra guinea for you as you get us there in 5 minutes. The coachman may have been offered a smaller incentive, considering how fast we were going. Having to pay in exchange for a near-death experience doesn't really feel like a fair trade. However, we did arrive before the beginning of the trial, yes? Yeah, you're right. I must say, though, this is quite strange. We should have been able to meet with the defendant once we arrived. Except with bailiffs, but the defendant is nowhere to be found. Actually, let me pull up my trusty whatchamacallit. Stream. It says that I'm streaming, but it doesn't show what I'm streaming, which is weird. So I guess we're just going to watch the YouTube one. Bills, but the defendant is nowhere to be found. So this is the Old Bailey's defendant lobby. Something the matter, Naruhodo? Yeah, this year here is so tense. It's no different from our own country's Supreme Court. This feeling is the crushing anxiety of someone who's about to be judged. I recognize it since I just experienced it myself not too long ago. I'm sure it is a feeling of deep hopelessness. Oh my, you two over there. You came all the way here? I can tell you two must have had your own fair share of troubles. Those impassive, almost blank faces bring to mind the people of the Orient. The two of us came from Japan. Oh, yes, I understand. Well, say no more then. So, how much will it be? Well, we're just... Oh, no, I understand fully. I can sympathize with your situation. Oh, the despair of being in a foreign land with nowhere to eat or sleep, and penniless too. It's true that we haven't really decided on a place to stay, but... It's alright. Anyway, 1,000 guineas. Don't say a word, my friend. Take them. What's the matter, Susato? You were really loud just now. 1,000 guineas would be... It's enough to erect a mansion in the wealthiest neighborhoods of Tokyo. This is nothing. Despite appearances, I am prepared for unexpected troubles. I have enough assets in reserve to buy London 2 or perhaps even 3 times over. What kind of unexpected troubles are you imagining? Anyway, you can't simply accept that much money. Whoa, he just hit me in the face with that coin! Well, I flipped it at you, but, you know. Because I'm not just handing this money over to you for free. I have just one simple request. Huh? Oh no, honestly, it really is quite embarrassing for me to say this, but... You see, my trial is about to begin. Therefore, I have a proposal. I would request that you stand by my side in court. As my attorney, yes? But we... Oh, no. It will be fine. All I need is for you to just stand there. After all, at this rate, my trial will proceed without the need of an attorney. Oh no! He has a Pikachu oh no face. Look at him. The Lord Chief Justice said was true after all. Excuse me, do pardon me, but could you possibly be the defendant of this trial? Oh my, could it be? You do not know of me? Me, the great celebrity of London? Right. You see, we only just arrived in London this morning. Now I see. I suppose that does make sense. Over near Hyde Park, there is a second public park, which I find rather beautiful. A park, sir? Yes, Magundal Park. In spring, lovely flowers bloom, and the birds sing. It was born from my humble donations, you see. You mean you funded the park? A capital where smiles never cease. That is my dream. I, Cosney Magundal, will never fail to fight for that ideology. It's amazing. Honestly, you're incredibly admirable. And despite all my generosity, to call me, Cosney Magundal? I'm just gonna call him Cosney Magundal, of all people, a criminal. The almighty London police are but a shadow of their former glory. Don't you agree? He's hyperventilating now. At any rate, Naruto. Shall we introduce ourselves while the defendant is busy hyperventilating? Yes, let's do that. Mr. Magundal, sir, the truth is, we traveled to this great British Empire, to London, so that we could study the law as law exchange students. And if you have no attorney, if you'd like, maybe we could be of assistance to you. Well, yes, haven't we been discussing that very favor? Stand by my side and you shall receive 1,000 guineas. He says that, but something feels strangely off about this. Oh yes, I understand. Huh. Perhaps this is what you're thinking right now. This fishy Briton wouldn't stop bragging about all of his money. You know what? He raises a valid point. If he has so much money, why doesn't he have a competent defense lawyer? Also, a valid point. It's because nobody likes you, isn't that right? Naturally, this suspicious Briton is, without a doubt, guilty. Actually, that is what I was thinking. That is what I personally, like, as the player, that's what I was thinking. He just looks shifty. He looks suspicious of all nature. But, like, when it comes to Ace Attorney, you always gotta expect these kinds of things. You always gotta take a look and realize that maybe the shadiest people, they're not actually as shady as you think. See, my real thing is, which am I supposed to choose? I feel like no way is something that Naruhodo would say, but you saw right through me. It's exactly how I feel. Damn you! Damn you straight to hell! You saw right through me. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Oh my. After all, you're so very rich, but not a single person will be bothered to help you. Obviously, you must have done it. Okay, so I don't think I was supposed to pick that one. It's quite the bold accusation you're making there, my good Oriental friend. Huh? I'm very sorry. See, I'm not yet accustomed to English due to a lack of practice. Compliments and insults got mixed up somehow. What? No, wait, no. That's the wrong thing. Backlog. Oh, you're so very rich. Okay, buddy. I see those insults felt too coherent to be simply considered an accident. I'm really sorry. For his laugh. His laugh is kind of weird. Well, I wouldn't fault you for thinking that anyway. But I must say, I'm honestly curious. Why don't you have an attorney yet? It's because of the bringer of death, the Grim Reaper of the Old Bailey. The Grim Reaper? Seriously? That is the name the press has given to Lord Barrack of Sykes, and he is this trial's prosecutor. Does the prosecutor really kill people? For those he prosecutes, they say the Reaper has come to collect his due. And so, to this day, in the court of the Deathbringer, the number of defendants who have lived is 0, not a single one. And then suddenly, no lawyer remained who would be willing to stand up against the Grim Reaper himself. It would be appropriate to call him a legend of the Old Bailey, I'd wager. He must be a truly outstanding prosecutor. No, that's not quite right. Perhaps it would be more accurate to say he is cursed instead. What exactly does that mean? Defendant and his attorney as well. It is time for the trial to begin. Make your way to the Crown Court at once. Attorney? You mean me? Well, time finally approaches. Well now, I will be counting on you. But I don't even know anything about the case. On top of that, Mr. McGundle hasn't even finished talking. Until the moment you two arrived, I've been prepared for the worst. Without an attorney, I knew I would have to defend myself all along. Standing as your own attorney. But then you appeared before me. What's more, you are a scholar of law. This cannot be a coincidence. One might even call it fate. Oh, got a message from one of my friends. There it is. Just streaming Gyakuten Saiban. Gyakuten? Gyakuten. Saiban. The Great Ace Attorney. Please do not abandon me. I beg of you. Even now, I don't know a single thing about the case or the defendant. But I do know one thing. Right now, I can't turn my back and leave this man behind. Naruhodo. He would stand and be judged in court without a weapon to fend for himself. I'm sure Asogi would be the first to jump to his aid. Attorney, what are you doing? If you don't arrive in the Crown Court in time, you will not be allowed into the courtroom. Understood. We will be there immediately. This is where it begins. My first trial in the great British Empire. Asogi, watch me. Watch just what I can accomplish now. Old Bailey Crown Court. All right. Look at this courtroom. I like to feel the weight of this court's history. No one can tell you about this room says more than words ever could. No matter where you travel, the tone never differs when a man's fate hangs in the balance. By the way, Naruhodo, might I ask you something? Yes. What is it? It's old retarded. He's doing the bird eyes. And now they just dart back and forth. The nervous crackhead, bro. Or they're darting all about the room again, just like before. There's not much I can really do about that. Bro, it's Vladimir. Oh my god, it's Santa Claus! Santa Claus is prosecuting the case. Oh my god. Or not prosecuting, but you know what I mean. Hold on. That's hilarious. That's hilarious to me. You have no idea. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, we declare this court is now in session. Trial of Cosme McGungle will now commence. I ask you, prosecution and defense, have you fully prepared your cases? The prosecution is ready. It must be the Grim Reaper of the old ballet. I can certainly feel a dark aura, as if he really could reap someone's life. You, Japanese attorney, do you have trouble understanding English? Sorry, I just wasn't focused. I'm being asked if my argument is ready right now, but not exactly in any situation to say that we're ready. I like that expression of yours, Japanese boy. he spoke to him and he immediately tried to stop, butt cheeks all clenched and everything. Trepidation, fear, unease as you desperately stifle these emotions. You cling to your false illusion of courage to face me. It's an expression of recklessness. Quite fitting for one whose fate is already sealed. I'm so tense, my limbs are starting to feel numb. Defendant Cosme McGungle. Actually, hold on, I'll be right back. 1 second. Hold on. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have returned, and I'm being wooed. It is dinner time. You'll be leading such an important trial to a Japanese man. Are you absolutely sure? Given that the young in this case are two exchange students from a tiny eastern nation. precisely what our proud Great British Empire's chivalrous spirit is all about. Even then, nobody else was standing alongside him as his defense. Now, sensible citizen chosen by the capital. He looks like the Monopoly man. I've been long ready to hand down punishment to evil scoundrels. I've seen someone who looks like her. I don't remember who though. Who disposes of the rubbish as per my master's orders. Man looks like he shouldn't be in the courtroom at all, period. She's not even a juror, she's the court stenographer. This guy's clearly an alcoholic. Why is he on trial? Or why is he on the jury? Bro, how is this going to go? I'm so confused with this jury. I don't know how this system in Japan. Well, not yet anyway. British Empire's course, a verdict is decided by the judge and these 6 jurors. On the defendant between these 2 points of view. Dun, dun. Well, I'm sure. Yeah, naturally. Yes, my lord. How many years has it been since you cast a Saiban courtroom? Your prestige. Prestige with it. Is the title Grim Reaper truly worth being called prestige? Alas, I believe it has been 5 years. And you have returned the stand of the prosecutor's bench once again. They're participating from this trial. Oh yeah, he's definitely Edward's father. Or ancestor, or I don't know. Now, I must request your opening statements regarding this case. Look at that scroll. A thrice-fired mortar. A bricklayer by trade. A skilled man indeed. I've heard that the bricks that he fired have never broken. Caused death of stab wound from a large knife. The court will accept it as evidence. Well, why does it look like it's better than ours? this evidence as well. The defendant was found wearing those very gloves at the time of arrest. Oh God, you're already off to a bad start. Is that a sword on his waist? Or is that just like a full... The only other person was the defendant, Krasny McGundle. Yo, he reminds me of what's his name? Von Karma. Look at that face, bro. He looks sinister. Yes, that certainly is rather decisive. Yes, of course. I truly have no memory of having done any of the thing of the sort. Indeed, I did ride that omnibus on the night of the murder. Whenever I ride in a coach, I always end up falling asleep. I can relate to that. I fall asleep in the passenger seat of cars. The body of a stranger lay before me. It's human nature to try and help someone fallen before you, don't you think? So I reached out my hands to him. Pay no mind to the blood that would stain my gloves. So that must have been when those gloves were stained. Celebrity's guilt do not end there. When the bricklayer was stabbed by the murder weapon, the moment of his death was seen by multiple witnesses. Yes. Yes, I am. Hold on. It's not letting me type. There we go. Do-do-do-do. Why won't it let me enlarge the screen? There we go. When the incident transpired, only the victim and defendant were in the coach. Not only that, but when the crime was committed, multiple witnesses were present. This is no longer just decisive. One would call this evidence lethal. A dose of lethal interjection. I understand the situation quite well. Let's first listen to the witnesses who saw the incident unfold. As you wish. Dear God, I just had the most stunning headache just now. You may begin, witnesses. State your names and occupation. Alright, Beppo. Is a bank clerk in the city. Adam Lady first. I'm a milliner? I make hats for men. Is that correct? Yes, speak the truth of what you saw. Hold on 1 second. Okay. It was the last trip of the night. There were a few passengers, so I remember it well. The defendant and the victim were both sitting with in the coach. Indeed, stopping the cut, I ended up screaming in shock. I bet you're a girl. I bet secretly you're definitely a girl. Astonished by that scream, I stopped the horses, and then I saw it too. Well, that doesn't mean that you saw it when it happened. It just so happens that you saw it after the man was stabbed. Yeah, quite clear as an afterward. Because the incident which unfolded in that omnibus was seen quite clearly by these witnesses. Excuse me, may I say something? What is it? It's about this testimony. To be honest, I'm having difficulty wrapping my head around how anything about it is clear. Whatever do you mean? This incident occurred within a moving omnibus, correct? Surely that point's been made abundantly clear by now. Then, just how exactly did these two witnesses happen to see the crime unfolding? It's a moving coach. They couldn't possibly see what happened inside. Good grief. I've heard stories claiming the culture of this oriental island was quite behind the times, but it's rather incredible for you to be this ignorant of the omnibuses running through London. Huh? But that's Japanese boy. Have you ever boarded an omnibus? I have not. I mean, after all, we just arrived in London this morning. Very well. You would do well to look upon it with your own eyes, the very scene of the incident. What do you mean, sir? The very scene of the incident? A horse-drawn coach is able to move. I suppose you should understand that much at least. Well, yes. For this trial, we had the omnibus moved into the Old Bailey. The omnibus was brought here? Bailiff. Bring in the omnibus! So this is the omnibus. Can't believe they brought the omnibus in. The British courts really are something else. Yes, with 2 benches mounted to the top, this court can transport 8 passengers at most. 4 individuals can be seated in the interior. Similarly, there are 4 seats on the roof. London sightseeing is your desire, then ride upon the roof seats of the omnibus. Any child of London would tell you this. Incidentally, with the skylight present on the roof, one may choose to peer into the interior of the coach. From the skylight. Ooh! So the truth finally becomes clear to you too. At the time of the incident, these 2 witnesses were seated on the roof seats of the omnibus. It's from there that they witnessed the incident within the coach. They saw it through the skylight of the omnibus. Do you understand now? So that's what was going on. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. I've never in my life seen an omnibus before. I've seen one of those tour buses like that people normally go would usually ride in to like go around zoos and amusement parks and stuff, but never that. Actually, no, I probably have seen an omnibus, but I always figured that it was called something else. Vestiges of the crime committed within the omnibus are still clear. Thus, it should be presented as evidence. That is the prosecution's official stance. Bro, he's wearing a toupee. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, in its present state, we shall accept the scene as evidence. The crime scene, an omnibus that seats 8 passengers. There are 4 seats inside and 4 on the roof. I can't believe it. The murder scene itself has become evidence. Wow, the Great British Empire never fails to impress. Either way, we should take this chance to inspect the omnibus inside and out. As for you, attorney, I order you to carry out your cross-examination. Well, before I do anything of the sort, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and click on that. Now let's tear open the door and charge into the omnibus. It's still a crime scene. This is awful. Oh, Naruhodo. That sounded deadly. This blood here would be the victims, wouldn't it? That would make sense. If you look from here, it's visible through the skylight. Why did you have to plan to stab someone in a place like this? That's what occurred in the dead of night. The only light was inside the coach, so I don't think it was possible to see it outside. At any rate, it doesn't seem like this crime was very well planned. It's a poster advertising the World's Fair, which will be held in London in half a year. It depicts the design of the Crystal Tower, the symbol of the World's Fair. The Crystal Tower? Yes, I heard. No. Yes. There we go. It's a poster advertising the World's Fair. Wait, what? That's a different poster altogether. Oh, you know what? I guess we should probably... What are these? These draws? Are they supposed to be draws? Draw. What's not enough? These seats are deceptively stiff. If 2 gentlemen were to sit side by side here, that's all that would be able to fit. Since English women have such elegant clothing, they would have trouble climbing up to the roof. They'd probably be sitting here. A Japanese kimono wouldn't be much different. Women must have it rough. Can I go any further? That's the skylight. The skylight is surprisingly large, easily large enough to witness the entire crime through it, I believe. I can't seem to find the handle, so opening the skylight from the inside of the coach must not be possible. Okay. Very well, let us alight from the coach. Into the void we go. This is the roof seating area. It must be so much fun to experience the scenery of London streets from up here. Why would anyone want to ride around London up here in the dead of winter? Not to mention having to pay money for the experience. I do see your point. You could freeze both body and soul. Now, for just a moment, the image of riding atop a hearse on a cold winter night came to mind. This is beginning to sound a lot more morbid than a pleasant toy. Wait, now hold on, we're not finished looking. Looks like you really can see what's going on inside the coach from the skylight. It seems that there was a lamp inside the coach as well, so there's no doubt that the witnesses could clearly see the crime. This is bad news. Oh wait, that's just the skylight again. That's just the skylight! We don't want to see the skylight anymore. Thank you. Oh. That's interesting. Almost as if you could just thrust your knife in there. No, I'm joking. That there's no way that would be possible. Okay, but what's that? Nothing? Okay. This is my first cross-examination in a British courthouse. It's time to muster up all your resolve. Ryunosuke Naruhodo! He has a lot more balls than what's his name? Than Phoenix, though. The last trip. It's the last trip of the night. There were a few passengers who remember it well. And the victim were both Mata! As I recall, it was around 10 p.m., correct? Yes, yes. From what we know, there are 4 passengers. Is there no mistake in that? He's just staring. I don't like you. Correct in assuming there were no passengers who got off midway. Yes, as you say, no one got off, yes. So that means there wasn't anyone who ran from the omnibus after the crime occurred. I'm under orders from the boss to make the final trip every night. Always wonders if there was any point in making that trip. Yes. What do you mean? When I dropped the cold winter, I earned about 20 pence in carrying up the last trip, you see. I vanished after stopping by just to warm up in pub on the way home, yes. The defendant and the victim were both sitting within the coach. Mata! You see that from the coach's skylight? So when you sit on the roof, the skylight sits right at your feet. There was a lamp inside the coach, which was what allowed me to see inside. Because both of them were wearing hats, I was unable to make out their faces. I don't think that's why you're able to make out their faces, sir. Regardless, I have no doubt that one of them was Mr. Magundo. What makes you so sure about that? Mr. Magundo as well, a gentleman of quite a short stature. I just noticed the guy's not... He's not whatchamacallit. He's not blowing out on his hands or anything. See, even that guy's still doing what he was doing before. It would certainly be most difficult for me to mistake him for someone else. Only the deceased victim and the defendant caused him or any side. There's no room for argument. Mata! This one catches Scarlet. No, I guess. Yeah, no, I guess, I thought he was being weird, but, you know. They witnessed that very instance. I said all of it was aptly explained in my testimony. Or perhaps you were saying you have a bone to pick with my words. With me, a bank clerk. No, that wasn't my intention at all. Oops, she's completely fuming at me. Witness, I would like to hear a bit more about what you saw. Oh my lord. Ah, Juror 3, what is the matter? I made up my mind. Now that everyone said their piece, I'm going with my gut here. What do you mean, sir? I've always hated the rich folk, you see. I'm sure those clots are doing shady dealings under the table somehow. That tiny old man is the culprit, understand? You can't pull the wool over my eyes. Okay, that was cool. I don't think there's any point in waiting through this little discussion any longer. Ditto for me, I was just about to say that. These jurors have the duty to pass down correct judgment onto everyone. What the? What on earth just happened? This appears to be the jurors' verdict. Their verdict already? White means not guilty. Black is guilty. As each juror reaches his or her own conclusion, the weight of their verdict is added to the scale, as you've just seen, and is set aflame. So then if that colossal scale were to completely tip towards black, it's our absolute best to prevent that from happening. Now I'm more nervous than ever. Oh, not the juror's verdict has changed. I would like for the attorney to resume his cross-examination. Of course. I ended up screaming in shock. Actually, hold on. I should probably make sure it's up there. The success was caused by a knife wound to the gut. Only one injury wound caused the death was internal bleeding. Okay, take it inside the omnibus where the crime occurred. Knife stabbed in his gut. His head is bent, covering his face. So he is sitting there, and that does coincide with this. The defendant was wearing when the crime occurred. There's splits in the right hand. You said that you saw the knife. You were looking down from the roof seats, correct? I was sitting on one of the roof seats. I recall that man with the small frame and the victim were sitting beside each other. I was thinking of new Gyakuten because it's city buildings, you see. Then my eyes just happened to look inside the coach from beyond the starlight. Beyond the skylight. The skylight! Thanks. And I saw the gleam of the knife as it went inside the victim. Terrifying sight. Oh no. The jurors' doubts have been spurred on. To be remarkably suspicious of the defendant. Find something in our feet that's suspicion otherwise. Witness. Yes! The knife you saw. I presume it is none other than this. Yes, it is precisely that. Wait, no, I didn't mean to do that. Take your attention to that testimony. We'll stop writing because it's an awful ominous omnibus that was used for writing. Let me comment about this will be the greatest gamble of your life. So by this screen, I thought the horses, and then I saw it. But then, well, I saw it too. apartment, but what exactly did you see? Especially with what collapsed on the coach's floor. The guy with the head is really starting to... Needless to say... Wait, hold on. The passenger be the victim, the bricklayer. Say, passenger be the defendant causing the gun. With that knife, I saw him stab into the glass passenger like this. He did what? Lord, please excuse my rudeness. Ah, Juror 2, what is the matter? As a servant to the gentleman of the great British Empire, I'd like to believe he's innocent. However, as a servant, I have a responsibility to accept harsh realities. Dispose of this filth now. No. Must apologize, but I love cleanliness after all. I've recorded the entire conversation thus far, and I've given it a logical appraisal. At this very moment, I have reached my ultimate conclusion. Bro, they are really just convinced at this point. But again, the people have already chosen guilty. 2 more, and then... What should I do? The more I try to fish out from the witnesses, the more the scale slants against my favor. Nothing about this incident. Information is what we need above all else. Then all we can do is watch as that fire burns away our time until the guilty verdict. Chance to retaliate will arrive eventually. We must believe in that. But alright. At any rate, that's all I can do for now. Can't give up here. Just need to calm down and listen to the testimony once more. Occurred. Only the defendant and the victim were at the scene. Furthermore, there are 3 witnesses claiming they saw the defendant commit the crime. It is a bit difficult for me to say this, but I believe that we are at quite the disadvantage. What if? Let's just focus on gathering some more information first. Let's listen carefully to the witness testimony one more time. Suddenly, just in the gut with a knife. Okay. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah. Bro, even when he's contradicting something, he's like, nah. Your fingers are trembling, your face is pale, and you're sweating bullets. You sure? That's the size of contradiction you since your own conduct. Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair. I'm quite mistaken to think the nervous system is not plain to see. Did I present at all during this? So his skill is the person who lives in poverty. A little bit this is murder. He was driving on. He was looking at the scene of the crime. This one's a number. I feel like I had to watch them. Such truth. That is the truth known by anyone staring at these halls of justice. Last trip of the night, there are a few passengers who are in our wall. Just saying, yeah, my words. She must have talked about me. Nothing there is. He said that they were sitting next to each other. Wait, but okay, so I don't understand that. I don't understand that because if they were sitting next to each other, then why would there be blood on McGungle's right glove? This man stays looking at that man. the gleam of the knife as it went inside the victim. That maid is kind of cute. So, this is the same knife that was stabbed into the victim's stomach. It's rather a large knife. The sheath of this weapon is engraved with an initial. Oh, it's an initial I've seen all this way. Come on. Say, self-proclaimed London celebrity would appear to be an utter fool. This M could belong to countless other individuals. For example, that's right, the victim's name was Morty. This is far too valuable for a bricklayer in poverty to own. The most likely scenario is that the knife belongs to the defendant. Oh, so now I got the knife. Large knife that was stabbed through the very new. Uh-oh. Governing boss of the London Coachmen's Guild. I'm able to say that committing murder in a coach is the most unforgivable deed there is. To make an appropriate judgment, so I plan to continue to observe the trial, but more than enough. I can stop a horse at full gallop. On Silver Blaze, leap over that pub. That's 5. That's the Coachman's Guild. I choose to believe in Beppo's words. This is another guilty verdict from the jury stand at 5. Would you spare me a moment? Yes, Siri? What is it? I understand you have taken ears to the testimonies of our witnesses so far, yes? Yes, loud and clear. Other than madam, have you not announced the verdict? You see, around this time of the day, I would always be in the nearby park, knitting away. It's a daily routine. Such a small and adorable park, it's called the Magundal Park. It was donated to London to bring smiles to everyone's faces. Such a nice man would never stab someone. She's right. Mr. Gundal's always been contributing to the good of London. Right, it's downright odd for such a man to stab someone. That's good. It would appear that much of London is still blissfully ignorant. Ha ha! Ignorant, that is, of Cosimo Gundal's true nature. Cosimo Gundal, philanthropist. A celebrity with enough will to purchase the entirety of London. Next question, just how did he attain all of that wealth? So he is a salary lender, a rather unsavory one, even among the disreputable profession. Handing out loans to the weak with outrageous interest rates, and cutting off all they own. The foundation of Cosimo Gundal's wealth is built upon none other than these acts of usury. Usury. Usury? Usury. I had no idea. Madam, if you'd hear me out, I'm sure you have held at least some form of suspicion. A man with enough wealth to purchase London would without a doubt own a personal coach. He raises a valid point! If that is the case, then why should he go out of his way to ride an omnibus? The victim was a bricklayer in poverty, and he had incurred a large amount of debt. Needless to say, the lender was the defendant, Kazumi Mikundo. Furthermore, the incident took place on the night of the loan's repayment date. Poor bricklayer, deprived of his own home, he had not even a single shilling to pay with. And then, the pitiable bricklayer was finally deprived even of his own life. Done in by none other than the heartless and cruel philanthropist, Kazumi Mikundo. Might I interject for a moment? Susato. You claim that the victim owed debt to Mr. Mikundo. Do you have any evidence to prove that? This man's a wine drinker. He's a classy man. He's a vampire, no less. Please forgive my impudence and my partaking of the Holy Grail within these halls of justice. There it is, Lord Van Zyke's Holy Grail. Bro, he's literally a vampire. He's literally a vampire. Oh my god. Wait, where's my headset connected to? Okay. The cord was tangled in my chair. There it is. Is this really something you just let slide? This is an unexpectedly pleasant experience. I heard that Oriental women were quite bold, but I did not think it quite to this extent. What? The actions I have taken are to be expected of any legal assistant. Regrettably, however, it seems that this boldness was nothing but recklessness. This is the self-styled customer ledger of the loans which the defendant gave out. From what I can see, the victim's name is clearly written in there. I submit to the court this ledger as evidence, along with a plea to forgive my impudence in toasting to the mysteries of the Orient. An accompaniment to that wonderful toast, I shall accept the evidence. List of customers who owe money to the defendant, a salary lender. The victim borrowed 20 guineas. 20 guineas? Yes, this is indeed quite the large loan the victim has taken. Satisfied with the repayment, Mikundo took away everything he had. I guess he had me fooled all along. Oh, look, she's angry. She's pissed. You mad, ain't you, Grandma? Yeah. Yeah. I barely say this, but that's just the kind of man he is. Such a beautiful heart, too. What a horrible man. But maybe this is for the best. Please wait. Reconsider a bit more before I will show no mercy. Dang, bro. Justice has been served. The final verdict has just been passed. According to the Great British Empire's Code of Law, shall all the jurors return a guilty verdict, the trial will be suspended. The sentence will then be passed down by the presiding judge, or so it is written. In this case, the death penalty. Oh. It seems there is yet more. What else? However, the defense jurors have reached unanimous vote. My sincerest respect for your prompt and just verdict, good jurors. The greatest British Empire, as the Great British Empire's Code of Law dictates, the trial shall end now. Shall immediately move on to the verdict. I trust there aren't any objections. Susato, please tell me just one last thing. Of course. Just now, you were about to say something. It was about the Great British Empire's Code of Law. However, the defense... What comes after that? Oh. Yes. Please wait a moment. Shall all the jurors' verdicts point to a guilty, the trial will be suspended. The verdict will then be passed down by the presiding judge. However, the defense has the right to present a closing argument to the 6 jurors. Closing argument? Did I hear you say closing argument? That book of law you hold. Tell me, in exactly which era was it written? Huh? Judging from that binding, its origin easily dates back to over 50 years ago. Such a concept is no longer recorded within the current code of law. An obsolete legal process long since culled from our practice of law. The closing argument is now nothing more than a curiosity of our long history. No. Susato, what exactly is it to begin with? This closing argument. What would I be arguing for and how? Oh yes. Please wait a moment. I shall inspect it in detail now. Asserting a right without even understanding its meaning. How very Japanese of you. First of all, that's offensive. That's racist. Sir. I see now, Naruto. It seems we are allowed to persuade the jurors. Persuading them, even though the jurors have already chosen verdicts? Yes, if they change their verdicts as a result. The trial must continue. It says so right here. Changing their verdicts. This could be our very last hope. So it is recorded that lawyers of the past did indeed assert this right to persuade the jurors. However, somewhere along the line, it became nothing more than a formality and vanished. Why might that be, my lord? Because it was meaningless. Once passed down, a verdict cannot be overturned. In recent years, not a single attorney has asserted that sort of right. However, there is no mention whatsoever of the abolishment of such a system either. What? In other words, even if it has been forgotten, it has still not died. Yeah, you tell him, Susato! Give him the 1-2! Susato does! It's super effective, as always. This closing argument is the only remaining opportunity we have. System. The defense asserts the right to a closing argument. The capital of the Great British Empire, London is said to be the heart of the modern world. Hence, this courthouse is expected to hold both the shortest and most well-executed trials. Closing arguments are the most wretched vice to be born of our country's legal system. The right is a right. As long as it remains law, you cannot deny me that right. The court shall accept the defense's request, and shall now move on to the closing argument. What utter foolishness. Are you ready, jurors? What? Oh, I wonder. This wasn't written in the juror's handbook I was given after all. But now, like you all, to state the basis behind your verdict. Basis? Why is the defendant guilty? State the reason for your judgment. This is so sudden. I have not heard of such a thing. I ain't cut out for that. Sheesh. He's clearly not from Britain. He's from Chicago. The jurors are getting flustered. It's saying that the jurors have never experienced this before. Closing argument. Offenses no one has attempted before? This just might be a chance we desperately need. Now then, the court orders you 6 jurors. Say your basis and reasoning behind your guilty verdict. Judicial findings. Jury's assertions. There was no one inside the coach, so it could have only been him. 4 passengers and earning a 20 pence. The driver's memory is trustworthy. The guy stabbed the guy sitting next to him like this. Not even I would do that. I simply came to a logical conclusion based on every statement spoken thus far. The fellows in the Coachman's Guild are honest. Our fee is always 4 pence. I can't believe he stabbed the man who was already on the floor. That means 2 things in her case, because, you know, like, on the floor also implies that, you know, he sleeps on the ground because he's poor. It really does put me in a difficult position. There do seem to be a few vague statements in their reasoning, at least. Okay, so give it a shot. All I need to do is persuade them, right? I'll do it. I'll strike with all the passion I have and turn the tables on this trial. Excuse me, but wait just a moment, if you will. According to this book, what we must do is a little different. What do you mean? Isn't melting their cold, icy hearts with my warm, passionate words all I need to... I hate to say this, but... Once the jurors' minds are set, they will not lend an ear to the attorney's words. No man enjoys having his decisions wantonly criticized, after all. The more an attorney attempts to persuade them, the greater the backfire. That's completely ridiculous. The British law dictates as such, not I. Then what on earth do we do? According to what I have found out, the key to persuading them lies in the jurors' own words. The jurors? All jurors are chosen randomly from the citizens and called for. That is why, even though they appear to be unified in opinion, they are in fact total strangers seated together. Yo, this is interesting! Yo, hold on. This trial is very interesting. British law is amazing. So you're saying that that's their weak spot. Exactly. Let's listen to their statements one by one. And should there be any two statements that contradict each other, we have to show that these statements clash. A juror's contradicting statements? Oh, now that I think about it, that's not much different from a usual cross-examination. Ah, yes, you are very right! This shows how their contradictory statements clash against each other. I just might be able to do it. No, that's not quite right. I have to do it! Now then, defense. Commence the closing argument. Stand and present your argument clearly and precisely. Yes, my lord! Aha! Closing argument. The defense's rebuttal. His own side coach, as it could have only been him. Our passes an earning of 20 pence. Sure, his memory is trustworthy. There's clear contradiction with these two statements. A contradiction? What on earth are you talking about? In the name of the Silver Blaze, I swear I know nothing. It's true that according to the testimony so far, bro, they have Naruhodo walking in front of the thing. Yo, that's cool. That's cool. Naruhodo. Back and forth on the witness stand. Oh my god, that's so cool. In every testimony so far, on the night of the incident, the crime scene had 4 passengers. Furthermore, according to the driver himself, his earnings were 20 pence. Correct, such as it is written in my flawless record. On the other hand, Juror 5 said the following. The omnibus fare is always 4 pence. That's right, cheap and convenient. One should expect nothing less from a cab. Yet, if that's the case, a rather unnatural contradiction is born. Well, what is it? 4 pence a passenger, 4 passengers, how much would the earnings be then? Oh my, that's 16 pence. Right, the sums don't match up. 4 pence is left over. That's just enough for a single passenger. Single passenger? Therefore, during that night on the omnibus, it was possible that there was one more passenger aboard. It's something like that, really? Drivers of the guild are honest men. Trust in the coach is first and foremost. Our passengers in a mismatched sum. Rather unreliable, isn't it? What was that? Guildmaster, if the trial were to end here, unfavorable rumors might spread through the streets of London. Perhaps that the omnibus's drivers overlooked the suspicious passenger's escape. Then how do you suggest that I continue this good-for-nothing trial? According to this book, You must send aloft the flame of innocence. Wait just a minute, you. All of our views have finally lined up, but now because of you... Oi, Beppo, show yourself. Oh, how could this happen? Pardon me, but I must do the same. Hey, see, now things are starting to come up all crispy clean, McDoolboy. At the end of the day, humans are creatures who may laugh or weep over a single penny. A man with such vague memory on the subject is hardly credible. Or she's so cute, and I love the way that she speaks. What did you say? I would like to listen to the words of the witnesses just a bit longer. You did it, Naruhodo. She did the Athena Sykes thing. That's what Athena Sykes. You know what? No. Hold on. I'd like to take this moment right here, right now, to bring up my petition. I petitions. Hashtag petition. Hashtag we need Ace Attorney Athena Sykes. Go ahead, give this petition a sign because we need Ace Attorney Athena Sykes. We need Athena Sykes. Ace Attorney needs to be a thing. That comes first and foremost in my beliefs. I believe that Athena Sykes Ace Attorney would be a great addition to the series. I think that Athena deserves her own game, and you know what? Just for the heck of it, let's go ahead and refresh this, just to be sure. Okay, 123, 64 still. Okay. But go ahead, sign this petition. It's linked in the chat stream. It'll also be linked in the description. I think it's already linked in the description. You can go ahead and check that if you want. But I'll link it in the comments if I figure out how to do that. That's the Athena Sykes pose. We can get just 2 more to change their verdict. Then we can continue the trial. Come think of it. There was something else in what they said that bothered me. Since we sniped at that, we need to reveal another clash between 2 claims, huh? Right. Let's do it! The vote has changed. The scale remains tipped toward guilty. Continue defense. Resume your closing argument. I vote not guilty for now so that we may hear. Mine actually lacks. Oh wait, my mouse isn't moving. Guys, the guy. Not like this. Not even I would do that. Actually, hold on. Yeah, there's this and this. Well, hold on. Yay! These 2 statements are in complete contradiction. What places? Defense. The court demands an explanation. I was only knitting Grandpa's sweater, dearie. What does that even mean? The hell's a contradiction? It doesn't even begin. It doesn't even begin to shock me that he doesn't know what a contradiction is. I don't think that he was paying attention at all throughout the course of this trial. That is how the witnesses from earlier testified. By the way, Juror 3, what do you want? Can't you see I'm busy? In what way would you say the defendant stabbed the victim? You trying to test me? Like this, to the guy sitting next to him. That British bank clerk said so. Indeed, Mr. Flairflay testified to that effect. Now then, Juror 6. What is it, sweetie? How exactly did the defendant stab the victim? Oh dear me, from what I heard, it was like this. Into the fallen bricklayer. That's what the driver said. Hold still, just like that. Please look well upon the way you both are positioned. He stabbed the victim sitting next to him. He stabbed the victim who was already on the floor. I see now. The ways the crime was carried out are entirely different. What? Unbelievable. How could this... This means that the witnesses from earlier may not have been honest in their testimonies. Why would they lie? That I do not yet know. However, if the trial ends here, the truth will forever be lost to the darkness. Would you all truly be content with that, esteemed jurors? I don't want that to happen. That's so cool, by the way. The way that their courtroom works, that's honestly great. That truly is the definition of greatness. The blazes? Hold it. Wait. You two, don't listen to him. This black-clad attorney. Yes, he's using some Eastern black magic. That Eastern black magic would actually be pretty useful right now. Like, black clothes. Huh? Oh, what is it? What's so wrong about these two seeing different things? What? Consider this. First, the moneylender stabbed the victim next to him, exactly like this thug here. And then the moneylender stabbed it again when he fell to the floor, just like this granny is doing. You think of it that way, doesn't everything line up? Who you calling a thug? I'll cut you. Threatening someone in a courtroom? Okay, buddy. Hey, you two for calling me a granny. Well, you're kind of old like one. The jury has gotten into an uproar. But I can't help but feel that something wasn't right about the foreman's words just now. Is this really to see two different moments of crime? It's not possible. And I have the evidence to prove it! My apologies, Foreman. What, you black devil? What you said is undeniably impossible. How? How can you say that so confidently? I was just trying to lead everyone down the right path as the jury's foreman. Evidence. Yes, that's it. Do you have evidence? You say the witnesses saw different moments of the crime. That's possible. If that's impossible, show your proof. All I can do is shove it in his face. Get ready for some decisive evidence. Understood. What? I'll show you the evidence. It's impossible for the witnesses to see two different moments of the same crime because... There's an autopsy report in these documents right here. According to this file, the victim was stabbed. Only once. Only once. Do you understand now? The victim was only stabbed once. There should be no discrepancy in what the witnesses saw. Guess I lost this round. Unbelievable. 4 people have voted not guilty. Did it, Naruhodo? We won. A small victory. Just like in Japan, I think small and then think big. What do you think you're doing? Fight, old man. I won't stand for any stupid lies. But we were meant to deliver a verdict as one. I told you not to put a sock in it. I want to know who's lying through their teeth. So if they ever come knocking at my shop, I can shave their head with this slick knife. Bro, it's Jack the Ripper. He's Jack the Ripper. He has to be. I guess Knifey's a barber then. In light of this sudden and unbelievable situation, the vote of the jurors has changed as a result of the closing argument. 2 vote guilty and 4 vote not guilty. Therefore, the court acknowledges the misalignment of the verdict and orders you all to resume the trial. Now then, defense, prosecution, witnesses, return to your proper places. You know what? You know what's really surprising? The guy, the Lord Van Zykes, I think his name was, which is, before I even say what I was gonna say, let me just say for the record, that sounds a lot like Von Karma and Athena Sykes, like the Sykes and Athena Sykes. So I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know if you should either. But I would say Lord Van Zykes, he didn't actually say anything during the closing argument. He only said it before. That like, this is worthless. I can't believe that you would even think that this is necessary. Well, guess what? It's necessary. Bitch. Live with it. Please proceed to the testimony at once. Bro, he looks like a vampire Edgeworth. Bro, he's taking up so much. Ah! It's my desire to enjoy the sweet fragrance of this holy grail in these halls of justice. Let me turn on my fan. It's hot in here, and I don't like the heat. Is it turning? Dun 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 dun. Actually, hold on. I'll share it to him since he hasn't seen it. How imprudent of me to shatter it without even taking a sip. I plead for your forgiveness. Prosecutor Von Sykes. What is with this extremely cold aura? The prosecution has remained silent throughout the closing argument. Yes, you see, even he recognizes it. We have lent our ears as a token of respect to the ancient code of law, as foolish as it is. But it would appear I have vastly overestimated the intelligence of the jurors. Don't insult my maid wife like that. Suppose it matters not. The more obvious the truth, the harder it is to convey its validity. This is why our court arranged this meeting, to have the chance to explain the case at length. And now, it is time to draw the curtains on the next duel. I request that the witnesses take the stand once again. Witnesses, I presume you have all heard the closing argument just now. Yes. But of course. Oh, I heard it, sir. Witness, as I recall, you were the coachman, Bethel, correct? Yes. If during the testimony earlier you purposely kept quiet about a fifth passenger at the scene, you will find yourself with a criminal charge. Do take that into consideration. Oh. The court now orders the witnesses to provide a second testimony, namely, testimony regarding the numerous doubts that arose from the closing argument. Part 2, the cross-examination. There were 4 passengers that night, truly, but it's just her. At that time, as a passenger, I was told the coach fee was 5 pence, you see. Wait, so 5 pence, 5 pence, 5 pence. 5 pence. Oh, that would reach 20. On top of being scammed, I was forced to see something so horrifying. It's too much to bear. She almost stabbed the victim. What I saw is the unshakable truth. I'm to believe that he stabbed him, yes? What does injustice mean? The fifth passenger that our Japanese attorney piles on about never existed. Rid of all is the mischief of that coachman there. At the Coachman's Guild, all agreed on was supposed to be 4 pence. You pocketed that extra penny, didn't you? Where the hell did I put this water before? Okay. Well, it was cold. It was the last dispatch. There weren't many customers either. A very proper coachman conduct, it seems. I'm very sorry. Well, you prat. I see your credibility is taking a beating. But sir, just the week before, I had to pay 10 pence to ride the omnibus. Ha! Bullets! 5 pence times 4 passengers, that makes 20 pence. Calculate 10 times over, but the result refuses to change. Well, yes, it won't. It appears that one of the doubts has been clarified. In any case, attorney, The court hereby orders that you begin your cross-examination. Closing arguments serve no function other than prolonging this trial. I pray that you do your utmost to entertain us. Of course. Bro, look at him. He's a scared little birdling. There are 4 passages tonight, truly, but it's just There are 4 passengers, but the fare you collected was not 4 pence. Is that correct? Yeah, he's acting weird. Sorry, you mean me? Does this testimony help you remember anything at all? Oh no, nothing in particular, sir. Well, thanks for sure. I can't help but get distracted by that ridiculous jumping hat of his. Sorry, as you can tell, I'm still just an apprentice. Alright, Hoda. Try to show your thoughts in your face. Have you considered being more subtle? At that time, as a passenger, I was told the coach fee was 5 pence, you see. I believe that. I'm saying that I was supposed to see something horrible. Say horrifying. You must mean the murder, right? Yes, precisely. I can't imagine that anyone would want to see another person getting stabbed. Well, to be honest, don't say anything that might regret. I didn't actually, see the moment it happened, per se. Ah, is that so? There's another who did indeed witness an incident at the banker. Some showy person didn't actually see the moment the victim was stabbed. I wonder if there's a particular reason why he didn't. I just saw the banker guessing. I looked down at the skylight, but... And then all I saw was the knife stabbed in the victim's chest. Of course, I saw the blood. Since then, whenever I'm having a meal and I see a table knife, I can't help but shriek. I do believe that he stabbed him, yes. You do believe? Nobody asked you what you believe. We asked you what you know. Haha! Just now you testified that you witnessed the moment that the victim was stabbed. I forgot the victim was lying on the floor and stabbed underhand grip. Perhaps... So I misunderstood. What are you saying now? If I recall correctly, at the time, while driving my omnibus, I heard a scream ring out from the rooftops of the seats. Ah, that was probably me. And then when I turned to look, yes, that's when I saw it from the skylight. What? Hold on. Why would you be on the skylight? Someone's firing a knife sticking out of his chest. While holding the knife, the local celebrity over there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was convinced I saw it happen, but... Well, now that I really think about it, it would be far too convenient if I had actually seen the very moment it happened. If I may, Mr. Fairplay? I see through you all. Right now, I bet you all are thinking it would be far too convenient for him to have actually seen the very moment it happened. No, that's what he said. Aren't you? Well, be that as it may, Mr. Fairplay is getting pretty worked up. Depending on my answer, I might be able to squeeze some new information out of him. He just had to catch a glimpse of the crime as it was committed. Is that possible? It could have happened. That's my belief. It could have happened. I suppose that wouldn't be entirely out of the question. If you never stopped speaking from the skylight for even an instant, that is. Peeking. I don't have, you know, I'm a banker from the big city. On my honor as a banker, my memory's crystal clear. Remember the dreadful scene. Would you please witness? Yes, my lord. Please add what you recall of the scene that you witnessed to your testimony. Alright. Okay, you can count on me. I'll never forget the sight of his hands, both covered in blood after the stabbing. Objection! His hands are covered in blood then? Well, maybe covered is a bit of an exaggeration, but... Anyway, his hands are stained red with blood, both of them clear as day. I'm sorry, but something seems fishy here. What? These are the gloves which Mr. McGundle was wearing on that night. His gloves? These gloves do have dark stains on them. However, as you can see, only the right glove is stained with blood. Therefore, Mr. Fairplay, your testimony is nothing short of foul play. This can't be. There's no way. You're lying, young man. Huh? Yep, you've made it clear as day. Mr. Fairplay, if your words were lies, then your entire testimony should be called into question. And you said that you saw the moment the victim was stabbed. Is that really the truth? All men make mistakes. You can't accuse everyone of lying. Indeed, it was just one hand, rather than both. Ultimately, the fact that the gloves are bloodstained is unequivocal. However, Mr. Fairplay insisted that he was absolutely sure. It's possible that this witness has been deliberately lying to us. I, Messiah, reputable bank clerk of the city, be forced to go through this. Even though I am an upright, innocent gentleman with nothing to hide. Fairplay supposedly has no reason to lie. But is that really the case? Now, hold up. You can prove that he does have a reason to lie. I believe the direction of this trial will change entirely. Dun 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 dun. Ledger must hold secrets about all sorts of English gentlemen, I'd imagine. I'm not sure if such information would be available to us. Well, it's not like we know any English gentlemen. If they're that great detective, anyway. Could it be? We'll not find Sherlock Holmes' name in this book. That aside, let's take a closer look. Names fill the pages, each one listing yet another gentleman in London. Well, we don't really know if they're gentlemen. Not everyone in the Great British Empire is highborn. What's wrong? Right here. Look at his name. Oscar Fairplay. Who is that again? I can't keep these Western names straight. But it is familiar. Same as the gentleman on the witness stand at this very moment. She's not wrong. Why is his name in this book? I see, it's written here that he has an outstanding debt of 20 guineas. Looks like he's due to repay his debt very soon. It may just be a coincidence, but we still should take note of this, just in case. Well, to answer your question, Naruhodo, I have evidence to present. It's an attorney. The defense is ready to present evidence. Evidence? Witness has the reason to lie in his testimony regarding Mr. McGundle. Very well. Now I must order the defense to present this next piece of evidence. That evidence will prove that the eyewitness's testimony may have been a lie. Mr. McGundle's account ledger. In other words, a list of people who suffered because of his usury. Oscar Fairplay. What is this? This way. Witness, did you borrow money from the defendant? Oh, no, I wouldn't go so far as calling it borrowing. For 20 guineas, that's quite a large sum, isn't it? So what? What's the big deal about it? By any chance, Mr. McGonagall was declared guilty. What might happen to that debt of yours? According to the document, this is a private loan for the defendant. Therefore, if the defendant were to receive a death penalty, the contract would be annulled, and Mr. Fairplay's debt would essentially vanish. Mr. Fairplay, through this false eyewitness testimony of yours, were you trying to make your 20 guinea debt vanish? That sounds about right. Yeah. Ah! Dang it. That hurt. Took too much water in my mouth. Ah! Which show this is very much the victim was stabbed by the defendant. He's trying his hardest to break that cane. The silence tells us all we need to know. Mr. Fairplay, you haven't told us the truth. Wait, please. Certainly, I may have gone a tiny bit too far. A tiny bit? Really? However, at the very moment... Actually, hold on. I'm gonna read in there. Oh, look, I can actually see it. Oh. Oh, there's a lot of spam here. We're up 2 hours, dear God. At the very least, if there's anything I can claim with confidence, is that I saw blood on that criminal's hand. Remember, we only found traces of blood on one of his gloves. Yes, but... Excuse me, might I have a moment? What is it, Mr. Ladyfirst? The truth is, I have some recollection of seeing that as well. Seeing what? The culprit's hands. Stained with blood. And it really was both hands. I think. He got shot. I got shot. I got shot for real. It appears that we need to request another testimony. Testimony on what these witnesses really saw and what they did not see. Is that agreeable? Yes. Naruhoda, stable seem to have turned in this trial. You're right. This might finally be the chance for our counterattack. I really saw. Both of the culprits were stained with blood. I remember clearly, I swear. I suppose you could say that you not see the instant the defendant stabbed the victim. I recall both the knife that stabbed the victim and the blood on the murderer's hands as well. I only heard the screams from the rooster teeth. I didn't see anything. So if there were any other passengers, I think we would have all seen them. Astounding. You didn't see the moment the crime was committed? I'm deeply sorry, but Lord Judge, my lord, there were no other passengers in the omnibus, and the culprit's hands were soaked in blood. I think that's the same as having seen it. No. Verify it once more. In the interior of the omnibus. Society states the seat is stained with blood from the moment of the crime. Hence it can be said that circumstances overall have not changed in even the slightest. I swear. Okay. It turns out that wasn't the case after all. Ben's own gloves freeze or something. Yes, I understand that. Say what you will. But it doesn't change what I saw. Both hands were stained with blood. Just about it. He's sticking to his story. Puts on his knife and cast it aside as a simple piece of him sticking his own side. Petty dispute. Whether it was one hand or both is trivial. There's only one truly important fact. Right after the crime was committed, the accused's hands were stained with blood. Also saw the accused's hands covered in blood. Yes, I know what you're going to say. I'm fully aware that only one of his gloves had blood on it. Yes, that is indeed correct. But from what I can remember, Mr. McGundle was sitting next to the victim. I don't think he was wearing any gloves in the first place. So you're saying that at the time he wasn't wearing any gloves? Yes, I think that's why I was able to see the blood so clearly. Makes sense. When blood soaks into leather, it's darker and harder to see. So, an accused was apprehended by an officer at the scene. He didn't want like he also failed to note any traces of blood on Mr. McGundle's hands. So stop. No one can tell if there are any traces of blood on his hands. It is indeed quite curious. There's definitely something here. Just don't know what it is yet. This is from the Utah seating area, right? Yes, indeed. The seats felt like they were nearly frozen solid. Yeah, I saw it too, all while shivering from the cold. I asked, why were you gentlemen sitting on the roof in the first place? Yes, well, you see, we were entirely unable to enter the omnibus. And able to enter, why couldn't you enter the coach? The coach was locked from the inside, you even knocked and weren't let in. It was locked. That's right, omnibuses should be open to all. Whose bright idea was to lock us outside? Same problem. When I went to knock, it looked like they were shooing me away from inside. So because of that, we sat on the roof and watched them through the skyline. As you could even say we were glaring at them. And that's why we can both say the following with utmost confidence. Had there been another person inside, we absolutely would have seen them. As clear as day. May be wrong. So, please confirm this for us once more. While aboard this omnibus, both of you witnessed the incident through the skylight while seated on the roof, correct? Indeed, that is correct. In that case, it seems there is a place inside the coach where you couldn't have seen the passengers. At this time, I might not be able to make this claim with absolute certainty. But when the incident occurred, there's a distinct possibility that there's another person riding inside the omnibus. You can leave your pointless speculation for the Eastern Court's attorney. No matter what, the burden of proof still falls on you. As far as you can see, the crime scene sits right over there. Very well. Defense. The court demands an answer. By using this cross-section of the omnibus. Like right here. Because, If it could sit 8 people, right? That means that there would be 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. My guess is that they were sitting hold on. Here, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here. So my guess is that they would be sitting here. Or no, that the 2 who saw the thing would be sitting here. So I'm gonna go with Perhaps you could try your luck hiding there yourself. Just once you're in there, you never venture back out again. Let's go and find first ace. Let's go in defense. That doesn't even look like a place you could hide, though. But I guess. Oh my god, bro, come on. Oh, duh, yeah. Obviously, now that I look at the diagram, obviously it would be there. Well, the same direction as the omnibus moves in. As for the inside, the seats are made to face each other. So at that time, it's how passengers feel the vision through the skylight. It's like this. So, as you can see, the seats that were opposite the victim and the culprit. Therefore, if there is another passenger in these seats, then it would have been possible for the witnesses to overlook them. So you were saying that it's only possible that there was another passenger seated inside? It seems that misdirection is one of your country's vile practices. You're not wrong. Japan America is the worst offender, to be honest with you. The evidence is absolute in the courts of the Great British Empire. This also applies to your supposed mystery passenger. However, if you compare to name this person, then it's a different story. He definitely has some kind of sword. Oh, well, the weight of the obligation you have just placed upon yourself. This is a chance for the counterattack I've been waiting for. On that night, when the crime took place, the person I believe was sitting in the blind spot is... Yeah, I know. That led you to that conclusion, but that's just not because only one fact. I think Bill Flex Spots is the... then. That's right, bud. That's always. Alright, seems like we might have misunderstood the truth on all this time. It'd be hilarious. But we assume that this is serious real. Oh! The version that the two sitting on the roof overlooked must have been Kazi McGundle. Kazi McGundle? But he's the defendant himself. Yo, that was amazing. That was truly incredible. Me to shatter the Holy Grail in the halls of justice. I plead for your forgiveness. But Fred Sykes, to think I would believe that your tiny overseas nation possessed what we call civilization. It appears that I overestimated you. What are you trying to say? I shall tell you, uncivilized exchange student who knows nothing of logic. At the time of the incident, the defendant was sitting next to the victim. The witnesses have testified as such. This is not the premise of the entire case. It could very well be that. The premise itself is wrong. What's this now? If we assume that Mr. McGundle was next to the victim at the time of the incident, then an unreasonable contradiction arises. Contradiction? These are the defendants who left their gloves. Oh, I made this argument earlier, I think. Two witnesses unanimously testified to the following. The culprit sitting next to the victim had blood stain on both his hands. However, the truth is that there was only blood on one glove. The importance being, when confronted with this evidence, their testimony did not change. Their testimony didn't change. Yes, even now, these two witnesses still claim to clearly remember blood on both hands. Therefore, that memory is the truth. That's how we must look at it. An unknown third party was sitting next to the victim. More blood must have stained both of their hands. And just who do you suppose this third party is? True culprit, of course. This is actually... This claim is entirely baseless. Witnesses testified that they distinctly saw the victim. However, Mr. Fairplay also said this in his testimony. As both of them were wearing hats, I was unable to make out their faces. Right. It was impossible to see their faces from the skylight. Yes, they were both indeed wearing hats. As a hatter, I pay much attention to people's hats. In that case, what kind of hats were the two people wearing? I suppose I happen to forget. What happened to you being a hatter, huh? In any case, it's impossible that a third party was inside the coach. How can you assert that so confidently? If that person did happen to exist, the defendant, Kazi McGundle, should have said so himself. Or perhaps you intend to claim that even the defendant himself overlooked the true culprit inside the coach. But that would make sense, though, when you really consider it. For a person inside the omnibus, it's difficult to believe that Mr. McGundle wouldn't have known. The court believes that there is a very simple way to find its answer to this question. And I presume that would be the request of testimony causing McGundle himself. Yes, what is the prosecution's opinion on this matter? Naturally, I am opposed. The reason being, the suspect should report everything he knows to the police upon interrogation. It's impossible. It's possible that there's something which Mr. McGundle didn't mention. Mr. McGundle is completely apart from those foolish small-time scoundrels. Were he to have concealed any information, then he would have had some reason for doing so. In order to know the truth behind this murder, we need to hear what he has to say. The defense asserts that we must hear the defendant's testimony. I believe we should hear what these 6 jurors have to say as well. I was just in the middle of thinking about it. I would like to hear what Mr. McGrinnell has to say. Ain't it obvious we have to? Hurry up and drag that guy out here. Thinking about it logically, we must hear his testimony. If you do something, go all the way. That's the law of the guild. I'd love to hear from the man who funded such a beautiful park. That's right, we all want to hear from him. Bro, he saw what everyone else was doing, and he decided to hop on board. The court will request testimony from the defendant. Bailiff, bring him to the stand immediately. What really happened that night? This might become clear soon enough. Now the trial is to resume. Actually, no. How long have we been streaming? 2.5 hours? Yeah, I think that's long enough. Yeah, so everyone, thank you for joining me. So far, I've had a blast with this. And I want to continue this as soon as possible, but I want you all to be there with me, enjoying the game as much as I am. So we're gonna try and switch things up this week. Gonna try and play different games. Now with my increased connection, I should be able to play my PS5 games again. But yeah, one last time, just for shits and giggles, I want you guys to all go ahead and sign this petition, because, you know, it's important to me. And I'm pretty sure that it would be important to all of you. Because Athena Sykes getting her own game. I mean, like, what is... At this point, it should have already been a thing. Because we've had the Phoenix Wright trilogy. We pretty much... Like the game that Athena Sykes was introduced in, which was Dual Destinies, that was more or less an Apollo Justice game. I mean, yeah, or not even just an Apollo Justice game. It's more or less a game to introduce the character, but like there's no real distinct showing of her becoming the attorney that she was meant to be. You know, like how Phoenix, like by the end of the trilogy, he's basically a god of the defendant's chair. And Apollo Justice, we see him in Spirit of Justice. He's basically a grandmaster attorney. But Athena Sykes hasn't even had her own solo case. Like, what kind of crap is that? So I think that we need Athena Sykes, Ace Attorney. And if you agree with me, if you believe in that too, go ahead and click on this link, ipetitions.com /petition/ we need Ace Attorney Athena Sykes, and go ahead and show your support. Leave a comment, and while you're at it, subscribe to my channel so that you can get updates for my streams, my videos, all that good stuff. So until we meet again,